Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Upfront and Personal with Women. We are here this afternoon to give our views on several topics, but the topic today is going to be, do you believe in love at first sight? My name is Karen Montgomery. I'm one of the hostesses for today, and we have
Angelina Blackman. I'm also one of the hostesses for today.
And of course, you know who I am. I am Lois from the Lois and Lamar TV talk show.
So we're going to give our opinion today if you believe in love at first sight. This is strictly our opinion from a women's view.
Okay, ladies, love at first sight. What exactly is love at first sight?
Well, for me, I believe that I believe that love and being in love is two different things. Love at first sight, I can see someone and I can love what they're wearing, I can love their personality, I can love their money, I can love a lot of things about them, but I may not necessarily be in love with them. Do I believe in love at first sight? I don't believe it's love at first sight. I believe it's something that's just attracting you to them. One or two things or several things that attract. For instance, let's just say, I love Billy D. Williams. He doesn't know that, but I love him. But I love how he looks. I love his demeanor. I love certain aspects about him, but I'm not in love with him. So for me, that makes a difference.
But I would think that would be just a glance at love. The way you just put that example out there about Billy D. Love at first sight. Oh, that energy. Woo! You have that energy when you see that guy. You want to be with him all the time. You can't take your eyes off of him. You can't stop thinking about him. That's that love at first sight. You can't sleep at night because he's constantly on your mind, you know? Being in love is different. But that love at first sight gives you a certain energy that you just can't get rid of.
But is that love at first sight or is that just lust? Because sometimes a woman can have them feelings, but it's more of a lust thing.
Well, at this point, Miss Angela, I'm going to say that's how, if you want to categorize it that way, that's fine. But in my research, Lois don't speak on love until she researched. And this is what some of the stuff that was said when I researched love at first sight. Okay. It talked about the high energy and it talked about how you couldn't take your eyes off of that person and how you always wanted to be around them and how you couldn't sleep at night because you always thought about them. I would look at lust in a different way from my perspective. So,
but couldn't it, and even in saying that, isn't it therefore something that's drawing you to them?
Yes, that energy.
Their energy.
That energy.
And that energy could possibly be lust. Could it possibly be?
Yeah, I guess it could be, but I mean, you got a baritone. Say that guy got that baritone voice, girl, that he come up to. Yeah.
Right.
And gentleman, he's a gentleman. He's not being out of the way with you. He's been a complete gentleman. And before the night is over, he may say to you, may I take you out to dinner? You know, maybe you may exchange phone numbers and you may talk and get to know each other better. That to me is not being lustful. Now, if he don't present himself as a gentleman, then we have to take him to the next level.
But is that being love too?
I think everybody
being friendly.
I think everybody has their own interpretation of it because me never experiencing the love at first sight. I have experienced lust at first sight where I have thought about that person and wanted to be with that person and all the traits of what you said, but I didn't love that person. I just wanted the physicalness. I just wanted, so yeah, I thought about that person. I thought about, what he was wearing, his cologne or this and that. But it was, for my experience, it wasn't love at first sight. So that's why I'm saying for me, and I'm just speaking about me, it wasn't love at first sight. It was lust at first sight.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own interpretation of maybe what love at first sight may be. That's just mine. I have never experienced like being in love, saying, I love that man. I just met you 10 minutes ago, but I love you. Oh my goodness, I love you. I just never, and then if I think if I did feel that, is something wrong with me? Is something wrong with me for saying that I love somebody after I just met them for 30 minutes?
No. No, I love all people.
I know, I'm not talking about that type of
Two
love.
seconds to say I love you.
But there's a
But you
difference
don't
love.
mean it like in a loving way.
But no, but we're not talking about that type of love. We're talking about the love that I will have for a man.
In love
No.
with him.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So if I was to go and say,
That's right.
I love somebody and I just met that person and we, had good conversation and everything like that, what does that make me if after 30 minutes I said, damn, I love you?
That's okay, but
So that would be love at
I would
first sight
have a
though.
question
like
like,
I like
why?
him.
Right, but so that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying.
All
The
right,
love-
I was married to a man for 30 plus years. Love at first sight.
Love the first day.
I dated a guy for 2 years. Love at first sight.
Okay. Well,
I've never experienced that.
that's what I'm saying. You have experienced
I-
that.
I
I've never
never-
experienced that.
I have
At
learned
first sight.
something about them at first sight, but
And-
not.
He stayed at his
Okay.
house, and I stayed at my house. And every time the phone rang, I was going to see. It's
So-
funny.
so-
love at first sight.
So you're saying the very first day you met that individual, it was
that
love.
connection
You
of love.
could feel it. There's something that happens on the inside of you, and you can feel that you two are going to connect in a special way, even when you try to pull back.
Okay.
Okay, now with my husband, I tried to pull back. I didn't like him. To be honest with you, I didn't like him, but he chased me down.
Okay.
He chased me so hard, I ended up in the hospital in a coma.
Wow.
And every day that man came to that hospital, leaned over that hospital bed, and he prayed and he cried over me.
Wow.
And I said, well, I guess this is the man God wants me to have, you know?
Yeah.
But
So was it love at first sight or love for what he was doing for you? Or what?
well,
he
I
was-
think as far as me giving in, it's the way that he carried himself
The way he pursued you.
with me,
Right.
okay? The love at first sight, I think was more for him because it was like a bad thing. A friend of mine had just got murdered and he worked for a police department
Okay.
and he was in my uncle's nightclub and I was the waitress.
Okay.
Well, I never got the drinks because I had gotten the bad news
Right.
about my friend. So my sister had to come up behind the bar and serve the drinks. Well, he had 5 girls with him.
Oh, wow.
You know, none of it fazed me. I just sat there and shocked. So he took the 5 girls home and he came back and sat and talked with me, offered his condolences, and it just, but went from there.
Right.
So I think it was love at first sight for him. I wasn't paying no mind.
Right.
Right.
But then things happened in my life that changed all of that.
So
So you
once
grew
it-
to love him.
right. So
Grew to
once
love each
again,
other.
that wasn't love at first sight on
Not
you.
for me.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So his love at first sight was there, but yours wasn't. It took time
It took
for
time.
you to get that love feeling.
Yes.
Cause see me, I'm the type of person that before I can say I love you or anything or even have that chills or that feel like I'm a little girl and at the candy store, I have to know you and I have to make sure that we connect in that way.
Okay.
So like I said, me meeting you the first day and us talking, having good conversation, there I can get that feeling, but it's not going to be the same feeling.
But when I met you, it was love at first sight.
But we're not talking about that
But
love.
we're talking about love at first sight. Is there such a thing as love at first sight?
Okay.
Is that not the
Well,
topic?
you can have that kind of love
Right.
because just think when your children are born.
Right, that's love at
You
first sight.
love them
Right.
at first sight, no matter what.
Some
You
people do.
actually, well, most people do.
Well, and
Most people should.
but
They
and that is,
don't.
that
They
is
should.
true. So okay, so
But
what? So
they
what?
have that. They have that type of love, like
Right.
you said. You met Angelina and you loved her at first sight.
Right.
But it's like it's two different types of love at first sight.
Right.
There's the love at first sight, I guess, between a man and a woman,
Right.
and then there's love at first sight because I just love that person.
Right.
Or I love who they are. Like I said, I love who they are. I love what they wear. I love
Right.
what they do. I love what they say. I love their voice. I just love everything about them.
Yeah.
Right, right. That's and I understand. So then we're talking about two different types of love. We're talking about the love at first sight with a man and a love at first sight with a person.
Right.
This the opposite. This the same sex, or it could be the opposite sex. Because yes, at first love at first sight, love at first sight. It's because of the connection and the bond we had.
Right. There was
You know,
something
so there was
there.
something there that grew that day
Attractive.
that I was like, wow, she's good people. She's for
Right.
real. She's good people. She's for real. So that love, and that's why we have the connection that we have now, because of the love that we all have for each other the
Right.
first day. Because if we did not have that love that first day, we would not be sitting right here together.
You resemble my family.
Okay.
And you got that punching voice. You know, when you talk, you got that punching voice. And a lot of them have that same thing about them. That's why I loved her when I first met her. But I do have some fear in me with her.
Really?
But
Why?
I walk softly around because I don't know when she's gonna start punching.
Yo,
You
this-
know, so anyway.
Don't listen to that.
Yeah, but
You
let's
know-
get back on the
Right.
topic, love at first sight. But it is possible.
Okay.
It is possible.
Like I said, I've never experienced that, but I'm glad to know that it's out there. So that some people, I've heard a lot of people say, I fell in love with her first sight, I fell in love with him. So now I know that it's possible that it can happen.
Can happen.
That's, you know, that just assures me, like, as you haven't been through, you know, maybe you'll get there one day.
Just haven't
You
met
know?
that person.
Right. But I don't
That's how I
know.
met that
Yeah,
person.
right. And maybe I'll never meet that person that I'm gonna fall in love with at first sight. I'm good where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? But never to have somebody that oh, what? Okay.
I don't think that you would ever fall in anyone love at first sight because you gotta let that guard down. Your guard is way up there. You know, you
It
gotta
is.
let that guard
It
down.
definitely is.
And it would be very difficult. He may fall in love with you at first sight, but it will be difficult for you to fall in love with him at first sight.
Yeah, it takes a minute for me. It does. It definitely takes a minute for me to get them to bring down that barrier, that wall a little bit. It takes a minute. No matter how nice you are, no matter how you talk to me, no matter, you know, you can treat me like a queen, but if in the back of my head, I'm always thinking,
You still have those things
I'm
that
gonna
you're
be hurt.
looking for.
I'm going to be hurt, or am I going to have to hurt you? Either one. So I don't think love at first sight's going to happen for me. It is cool if it
You
don't.
don't know what your future may hold.
It may,
Well,
it may.
that's
I mean,
true,
it may
too.
happen. It
But
may
you, know,
not.
you can't take what you experienced in your past
And I don't. I
and,
don't.
and apply it to what's going on in your life. I tell people all the time, stop looking in the rear view.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
Right.
we have to look ahead
Ahead.
and see what's ahead of us.
All the time.
Because there was some good stuff back there and there was some bad stuff.
Right.
But we don't want to take none of that forward with us, you know, so leave it back there.
And that's exactly what I do in all relationships or anything. Friendships, not just relationships, but friendships. I try not to bring on my baggage, my luggage. I try to move forward because that's not a healthy relationship. Love at first sight, love at not first sight, whatever the situation may be, it's not going to be a healthy relationship. If anybody brings in any type of baggage, it's not going to be good. So so yes, don't bring it in. Leave that, you know, at the airport. Just leave it there.
Well, that was good. That was really good to get all these opinions and to know that some have experienced it and some haven't.
And
I
some
haven't,
has
but
yet to.
And some
some have
has
yet to. Yeah. So we can always say that we're looking forward to doing it.
You're looking forward to
I'm
doing it.
looking forward to
I
it
would
happening.
like one time.
Well, actually, I'm okay where I'm
No
at.
parts of
But
it.
if it happens,
It happens.
at least
It
I,
happens. Yeah, we never
yeah.
know
Right.
what tomorrow may hold.
Right,
I can
right.
sit here and talk that junk about I'm good. And I may walk out that door and like, wow,
Yes.
look
Right.
at that dude, right?
Yes.
But I'm not a dude chaser, you know. He's going to have to turn around the corner and come back and chase laws because I'm old school. I'm not going to do
But you
that.
know what? And sometimes, and I hear you on that,
I'm not going to do it.
never say you're not.
I've been saying it for 11 years.
Okay, but
I ain't
that
doing
12 year may change your mind.
it. No, it ain't, boy. You got to be extra special.
You got a lot of years in
You got a whole
I ain't
lot.
chasing.
Listen.
Never
And
know.
I don't think it's considered chasing because I don't think it would be considered chasing. I just think it would be considered being interested.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
even let him
I'm
know
not.
that I'm
You
interested.
don't have to let them know. You just go around the corner and just see if your eyes meet.
Oh, Lord.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, I can be going down the corner making sure my eyes don't meet.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
yeah.
ladies, I thank you so much for inviting me to come today and to sit on your show. And it's been very interesting. It's been very interesting. It's a topic that could go on
Yes.
and on and on. And I don't think no two people will ever agree on it.
Right.
But I have
There's no
enjoyed-
right and there's no
There's
No
wrong.
right,
Right.
there's no wrong. It's just an opinion of a woman's view.
Right.
And I do thank you for having me on your show
Thank you
today.
for coming.
Thank you for
And I
coming.
wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
The very best as you go forward with upfront and personal with women.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the ending of this show right here. I want to thank Karen. I want to thank Christine, and see you next time. Have a blessed day.